Age of Empires 2 is about empire building, combat, and conquest. You start from humble beginnings, a small village in the Dark Ages. You explore to expand your borders, conduct trade to boost your economy, and research technologies to grow your civilization into a mighty empire. But there are difficulties too. Cunning enemies and rivals that oppose you, powerful castles to destroy, tyrants to bring down. And if you're skillful and a little lucky, you just might build a wonder of the world and create an empire that will stand the test of time. To learn how empires are built, help our first hero, William Wallace, in his fight against his oppressors.
We are without a leader. The dead King of Scotland has no heir. War creeps in from the south, where Edward Longshanks, the avaricious King of England, has returned from successful campaigns to conquer Wales and France. As Longshanks turns his attention to Scotland, the shadow of fear settles across the Highlands. The English have thousands of Welsh longbowmen, hundreds of knights on horseback, and dozens of siege weapons. We Scottish have a rabble of untrained soldiers who do not even know how to march in a straight line. We must act soon if we have any chance of resistance. We need to forge an army by any means necessary. The English are terrorizing all of Scotland, and it's time for us to fight back. But if we're to defeat them, every one of us will need to learn how to march and fight. Follow the path to the blue flag. First, click the soldier. Good! Now, right-click near the blue flag. Good! Now, move to the next flag. Click the soldier, then right-click near the flag. Excellent! To move to the next flag, you must walk through the black area. Moving into the black area reveals more of the map. The black area represents unexplored territory. That's all there is to it. Now go on to the next flag where you'll meet some allied soldiers. To move all your soldiers at once, click near the units and drag around them. Then, right-click to move. Try moving your soldiers to the next flag. Did all your units make it to the flag? The road ahead is guarded by an English outpost. Scroll up to the outpost building by moving the mouse to the very top of the screen. Then, click the red outpost. Right-click the outpost to attack it. Home sweet home. Wait. The English are angry that you destroyed their outpost. They're coming to attack your village. Don't panic. Just click your soldiers and right-click the red English soldiers to attack. Defeat the enemy soldiers and you will have won your first battle. The outpost is destroyed. That should slow the English raids. Good job! Now you know how to fight back against the English army. Scotland has soldiers now, if only a few. But if we are to turn back the greed of Edward Longshanks, we will need many more recruits. Much more gold in our coffers. These ancient stones and oaks around us will soon be steeped in the blood of clansmen. An army marches on its stomach, or so the old saying goes. My clansmen have been farming and tending sheep for hundreds of years, but gathering enough food to feed an army is a different matter entirely. Without a strong economy, the meager forces that we've cobbled together will collapse again. support the Scottish army, you'll need to build up your stockpile of resources. To win, gather 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold. To gather food from the foraged bush, click a village. Good! You found some gold. Excellent! You now have enough gold. Then right-click the forage bush near the blue flag. In the status area at the bottom of the screen, you can see how much food the villager is carrying. The villager continues to gather from the forage bush until he's carrying 10 food. You're well on your way to making a city. Edward Longshanks, for all his disrepute, has shown military tactics in Wales, England, and France to be very effective, if not cruel and ruthless. He's indeed an enemy to be feared. The English sacked the town of Berwick upon Tweed. Would that I could call it a battle, but it was truly more of a massacre. Unless we organize our army, there will be more massacres to follow. I pray we can be ready for Longshanks' coming. In villages throughout the Highlands, there is grim talk of skirmishes between Scotland and England. We lost the city of Dunbar this week. Scottish defenders broke ranks and fled. The English have an army that is larger and better trained. To compete with them, we are going to need new recruits to pick up the spear, sword, or bow. We must remake these shepherds into soldiers. We will need many soldiers to defend our homeland. We'll start by creating villagers. Click your town center, Then click the Create Villager button in the lower left corner of the screen. It takes time for a villager to appear. If your town center is selected, you can see the progress in the status area at the bottom of your screen. Barracks complete. Now you can create soldiers. Click the barracks, then click the Create Militia button. Selecting different buildings or units gives you different options in the lower left corner of the screen. That's one militia unit. Create 3 more, and you'll have enough soldiers to protect this area and win the scenario. Click the barracks and quickly click the Create Militia button 3 more times to make 3 soldiers in a row. Good job! Try building another house. Now that you have a few soldiers, you'll be able to defend this area against English attack. Now that we have militias stationed across the border, the English have slowed their raids. But facing Longshanks' army will be another matter. The wicked English king has yet to bring his famous longbows to bear. Our militias could only get us so far. We are going to need more advanced weapons. Rumors creep in from the south of a giant who leads the forces of Scotland, his great sword driving through earth and man and horse alike. If this mythical knight can hold the English advance, it will give us time to develop the arms we need. Even now, our smiths are forging swords and Fletchers are making arrows and crossbow bolts. English use very advanced weapons and armor. To win, you will need to advance to the feudal age and repel the English raids. You're going to need to research some technologies of your own to increase the strength of your civilization. For example, researching loom makes your villagers harder to kill. To research loom, click the town center, then click the Research Loom button. In addition to gathering food at forage bushes, villagers can herd sheep or hunt deer for food.
Vordere. Verder. Bra bygge.
Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Bra bygge.
Kia. Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Tå. Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Tornet. Tå. Tå. Kjært. Kjært. Tå. Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Bra bygge. Kjært. Bra bygge. Tå. Bra bygge. Kjært. Tå. Selgere.
Congratulations! Advancing to the next stage is the best way to improve your civilization. Near the minimap at the lower right corner of the screen is the Idle Villager button. Click it and locate villagers who are not currently assigned to a task. Now that you're in the feudal age, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms. Click the barracks, then click Upgrade to men-at-arms. The English are attacking again! Teach them a lesson with your new men-at-arms! New technologies and buildings become available when you advance to a new age. To advance from the Dark Age to the Feudal Age, you need 500 food. 500 food. Now you have enough food to advance to the Feudal Age. However, you also need English are no match for your warriors. Longshanks has invaded, stormed, and sacked the city of Perth. It's worse. He's captured the fabled Stone of Scone and declared himself King of Scotland. If we cannot bring about a victory in battle soon, then the Scottish armies will be too demoralized to put up any fight at all. If this mythical Scottish giant does exist, I wish he'd get his forces up to Stirling, where we shall next do battle. The time for minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longshanks is poised to cross the River Forth and threaten the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly formed army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops. The time has come to take the offensive. The English have a fort near the town of Stirling. If we can defeat the English here, they may think twice about their invasion of Scotland. To win, destroy the English tower to the west. Before we attack the English to the west, we need to build up our forces. Have your villagers start gathering food and
Пробуйте. Пробуйте.
keep making villagers at your town center until you have 10.
Пробуйте.
The more villagers you have, the faster your resources will come in.
Пробуйте.
Erlen. Pробуйте.
You can specify a location for new units to gather by selecting a gather point. For villagers, click the town center and click the Set Gather Point button. You can gain more food by building fishing ships. To create fishing ships, have your villagers build a dock in the water to the south. Use your villagers to build a mill near your forage bushes. You found some sheep. Sheep are a good source of food, so send them back to your town center and assign a villager to gather food from them.
Bittier. Пробуйте. Теодike. Bittier. Oh. Пробуйте. Пробуйте. Nienige.
Kid. Пробуйте.
Now that you've reached the feudal age, concentrate on making some soldiers to fight the enemy. You
Erlen.
will need at least 12.
Kid. Пробуйте. Пробуйте. Эрлов. Пробуйте.
remember, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms at the barracks. You should always upgrade soldiers when you can afford it. Now you have a large enough force to attack the English base. Charge! Keep your villagers working just in case you suffer
Unit.
casualties and need to make more troops.
Bonnet.
Scout cavalry are poor fighters, but they can see a great distance. You can use your scout cavalry to explore the rest of the map and find the English.
Tall. Bit fear.
The hill with the dead tree protects the only access to your town. It would be a good idea to build a watchtower on this hill once you advance to the feudal age.
Kid. Rabuga. 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 Bargara.
Duncan. Pope tall. Tall. Bit fear. Tall. Bit fear. Pope tall. 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 Duncan. Bit fear. Tall.
You're close to an English base. You better not knock down this wall until you've got an army of about 12 soldiers.
Tall. Bit fear. Tall. Erlaf. Bit fear. Margaret. Tall. Kid. Tall. Erlaf. Tall. Bit fear. Tall. Bit fear. Bit fear. Tall. Forward. Tall. Forward. Forward. Forward.
Good job! You've eliminated the English soldiers. Now, destroy that tower, and our victory will be complete. Great job! You've destroyed the English camp. The Battle of Stirling is sure to end in victory for the Scots. Now that you know how to build up, advance through the ages, and find and fight your enemies, you have all the basic skills you need to play a random map game, the most common type of game in Age of Empires. Don't forget. Stirling was our first great victory. Even as we held the coastline, word came in that the Stirling Bridge had been held by a force of Scots led by the mythical knight, of whom so many have spoken. Now, we know his name. Sir William Wallace, the Hammer of the English. Edward Longshanks names Wallace a traitor and a criminal, but Sir William replies that he cannot be a traitor, since he never swore fealty to an English king. With Wallace leading our armies, the men fight with renewed vigor. Perhaps the tide of our misfortunes is about to turn. Our coffers were depleted at the Battle of Stirling, so we need to strengthen our economy once again before pushing south into lands held by the English. We need to construct a market and establish trade routes to the villages of friendly clans. Local legends speak of 3 sacred relics hidden south of Stirling. Acquiring these artifacts for Wallace's army will be a great boost to Scottish morale. The Scottish army has been rallied by recent victories against the English. The situation's starting to look up. Did you know that there are 3 different modes for the minimap in the lower right corner of the screen? You can show only military units, or only resources and trade units, by clicking the buttons just below and to the right of the minimap. It will help the morale of our army to collect holy relics and place them in our monastery. One of the relics is close to your town. An ally has another relic the English have captured up there. Good! You have a relic. Protect the relic in the monastery by right-clicking the monastery. You can retrieve a relic by clicking a monk and right-clicking the relic. Monks have other abilities as well. They can heal your injured soldiers or those of your allies. They can also attempt to convert enemy soldiers to join your army. Perfect. You now have 1 relic garrison. Relics garrisoned in your monastery will slowly add gold to your stockpile.
Erlov. Пробуйте.
Farms are a good source of food once you've exhausted forage bushes and animals. Farms are built like buildings and must be periodically rebuilt. To gather food from a farm, click a villager, then right-click a farm. It's nice to have allies on the map. Your ally, the Yellow Flyer, can help you fight the enemy. You can also trade with your allies. To trade, you'll need to build a mark. You have enough soldiers now to think about attacking the English and recovering their relic.
Kid mit 4.
If you're getting ready to attack the English, I can help you out. Here, take this food and wood.
You've reached your ally's town. Go inside and see how his city's doing. Your ally's gate will open automatically for you.
Förgare. Toe.
Villagers and soldiers normally appear outside of the building that created them. You can have your units move to a spot once they're created by using gather points. To set a gather point for infantry, click your barracks, click Set Gather Point, then click where on the map you want your infantry to gather.
Rob Wigan.
You can use the technology tree to see what technologies and upgrades you can research. Click the technology tree button in the upper right corner of the screen to see the tree for your civilization.
Welcome. If you've come for the relic, you can find it on the hill to the northeast of our town.
You now have 2 relics garrisoned. Bring back 1 more and you'll be victorious. Now locked away safely in Scottish churches, men murmur that we are blessed by the heavens. Our army now stands a chance as we prepare for the final clash with the English. Scotland now has archers and knights of our own with which to meet Longshanks. We march south to Falkirk, where we will rendezvous with the army of William Wallace and plan our combined attack upon the English castle. The only way we can hold the boggy lowlands around Falkirk is to build a castle and as many walls as we can construct in a short time. These fortifications will serve to protect our camp as we construct siege weapons with which to assault the English castle. Once the castle is constructed, Wallace himself has sworn to join our forces, and together we will attack Longshanks and his English troops.
Earl of
The English could attack at any time.
Yeah.
You have some walls already, but you should complete them as soon as you have enough stone. Congratulations. You're going to find lots of things to do in the Castle Age. For starters, try building a siege workshop to make battering rams and other siege weapons.
Rob Wigan.
Great! You've completed the castle. Sir William should be here soon, and then it will be time to attack the English. If you have surplus resources of one type, you can sell them for gold at your market. You can then use the gold to buy what you need. Wallace has come.
Erlaf, bid fear. Margaret, Paul.
One of your most powerful units is created at the castle. Create 10 more Wold Raiders. You can also build towers to defend your city. Units can garrison within a tower for defense and protection, and archers can even fire out of a tower.
Kid. Duncat. Erlaf. Duncat.
William Wallace and his Wold Raiders on your side, the English may be in trouble. Once you have a large army with plenty of siege weapons, go destroy the English castle. To build a castle, you must first advance to the next age, the Castle Age. Trebuchets are massive siege weapons with a great range, available only in the Imperial Age. Remember that trebuchets must be packed to move and unpacked to fire. The advanced buttons let you set combat states for your soldiers. A defensive soldier will be less likely to attack an enemy that comes near him. Click a military unit, then note the combat stance buttons on the lower left corner of the screen. Using the advanced buttons, you can also order a soldier to patrol an area between 2 points and guard or follow another unit.
Пробує.
Valgara. Rob Wigan. Rob Wigan. Rob Wigan.
The advanced buttons allow access to a new type of formation. For example, with a box formation, you can protect a weak unit such as a monk.
Rob Wigan.
Forward.
The English castle at Falkirk is no more. The English pretensions in Scotland are surely at an end. The forces of Wallace are triumphant. It looks certain that we would be...
February 19, Army Camp near Vaucouleurs. This morning, I awoke to visions of fire and steel. These nightmares come more often now that I have seen my beloved France eaten away in years of war. I wandered through camp, ignoring the new snowfall, but observing the wounds and weariness of every soldier under my command, observing the desperation in their eyes. It was then that I first saw the girl. She told us that her name was Jeanne. She told us she was but a peasant who did not know how to ride or fight. She told us that she intended to rescue France. The darkness lifted from the men's souls. Her voice rang with conviction, and we drank in her every word. I may have lost my faith, but Jeanne has not lost hers, and that is enough for me. Jeanne has asked our ragged band of soldiers to take her to Chinon, where the rightful ruler of France, the Dauphin, hides from his foes. The war-torn land between is infested with enemy marauders, and we will lose many men. Death is by now an old companion, but for Jeanne, we will face it again.
Bonjour, Jeanne. My colleague and I will escort you to the Chateau of the Dauphin, or else we will die trying.
I am Jean de Metz, and I will protect you with my life.
You are Jean of Arc. I have heard your claims and believe what you say. We will follow you to Chinon.
Wait, you might have need of a few archers on the road ahead.
That's all.
You must be wary on the road ahead. Our enemies, the British, are out in force, as their Burgundian allies are thick as rats. Discretion is the better part of valor.
A battle rages ahead. Stay back, lest we be caught in the crossfire.
Another glorious loss for France. I hope you really can turn the tide of this war, Shangri-La.
The bridge is out. The British must have destroyed it. We must find another way to Chinon.
Prêt. Libet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Venison.
Libet.
Certes. Oh yeah. Livet. Livet. Bonjour.
A Burgundian encampment. We'll never get through that wall without siege.
À la bataille. Oh yeah. Livet. Oh yeah. Certes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
An ambuscade! There are Burgundian soldiers everywhere! Hurry, west to the river where we can make our escape!
Oil.
You mean to lead the French army? Such confidence I have not seen since this war began. Very well. You have 6 more soldiers, Jean the maid.
Highwaymen preying on your scholars? What has become of our homeland?
Here they come! Fire!
Oi. Certo.
Certo. Certo. Certo. Live. Live. Oyel. Live. Live.
Chinon, we have made it.
Live. Certo. Live. Oyel. Live. Oyel.
Oi.
The Chateau of the Dauphin.
Is it the famous seal now?
As Jean's footsteps echoed down the marbled hall of the chateau, the fat and whispering dukes did not but stare. The Dauphin himself seemed afraid as she kissed his feet. "My gentle Dauphin," she demanded, "why does England claim what is ours? Why are you not crowned King of France, as is your right?" The courtiers began to murmur. The chamberlain whispered lies into the Dauphin's ear, but the Dauphin pushed the chamberlain away and rose to meet Jean's gaze. She stands only to the shoulder of the shortest man, but all of us must look up to speak to her. I know not what silent conversation passed between the Dauphin and his would-be savior, but it was obvious that His Majesty was in the same thrall as we. March 26th, Chinon. It is one thing for a band of dispirited soldiers to put their trust in a teenage girl. It is entirely another for that girl to be given command of the army of an entire nation. We were filled with pride when we heard the Dauphin's heralds pronounce Jean the Maid as commander of the army of France. So that she may look like a general, the Dauphin presented Jean with a great war horse and a suit of white armor. Jean instructed me to look for an ancient sword buried beneath the altar of a local church. I was skeptical, but not only did the men unearth a rusted blade, but we found that the sword belonged to Charlemagne, grandfather of France. I shall not doubt her word again. Still visible on the hilt was the fleur-de-lis. Jean adopted the fleur-de-lis as her symbol and had it blazoned upon her battle standard. Wherever Jean goes, the standard goes also. It goes with us to Orleans. The city of Orléans is one of the finest in France, but it is under siege by our enemies, England and Burgundy, and is about to fall. This war has dragged on for 100 years with precious few French victories. The people of Orléans need a savior. They are to get Joan of Arc.
I am the Duc d'Alençon, my lady. I will proudly ride with you to Orléans. Our city needs help. The British are coming.
Welcome to Blois, Joan of Arc. The army of France is yours to command.
Oil. Pirates. Oil.
Oh yeah. Right. Seven. Seven.
Now, on to Orléans. We need to get those supplies past the British.
This Burgundian rabble shall not stop us. Hurrah! Jean of Arc has brought us supplies. Now we can muster the forces we need to raise one of the British castles. Ganymede has come. We are saved.
Finally learned to fight?
Jean prophesied that she would be wounded at Orleans. At the height of the battle, an arbalest bolt knocked her from her horse. We could not believe our misfortune. But as we carried Jean away from the carnage, the battle was won. Orleans was free. When we entered the city, the entire population cheered us on from windows, rooftops, and city streets. They fired artillery into the night sky and shouted aloud their nickname for Jean, La Pucelle, the Maid of Orleans. June 14th, Orleans. Our rescue of Orleans was a setback for our enemies, but only a minor one. The British still possess half of France. Tragically, we have cooled our heels for weeks while the Dauphin's advisors debate. Jean became irritated with the delay and reassembled her army. She talks of nothing but her mission to drive the British into the sea. The force of Jean's will is titanic. She has gathered to her banner swearing brigands and knaves and turns them into patriots and heroes. Among them is the man La Hire. A giant clad in plate mail, he drives men on with curses and fists. There will be plenty of British necks for La Hire to break at Patay. Patay is the gateway to the Loire River Valley. The British hold the Loire in a grip of steel, whilst a huge army under Sir John Fastolf devastates the countryside. Jean leads us to Patay to capture the British castles. However, we must avoid Fastolf's army till we are strong enough to face his veterans.
Oui.
Che fai? Basti so.
wishes to kill something.
Que fait? Oh yes. Que fait? L'hiver.
Que fait? Fait. C'est. Richemont. Vivez. Vivez.
With these ships, we can cross the Loire River and deal with any British warships we encounter.
Que fait? Bonjour. Que fait? La bataille. Bonjour.
The blood on the Irzard is almost dry.
L'hiver.
Bastisso. 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 Che è? Bastisso. 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 Bastisso.
We'll see how your knights fare against British longbows.
Que fait? L'hiver. Cueilleur? Oyel. L'hiver. Bonjour. Oyel. Certes.
Bastisseur. Libé. Bastisseur. Libé. Bonjour. Bonjour. Libé.
French are attacking our castles.
Enough of this. I shall deal with Joan of Arc.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I come for you, Joan of Arc.
Do your worst, you English fop.
for England.
Oh yes. Que fait? Oh yes. Certes. Certes. Attends. Vive. 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 Certo, certo. Oh yes. Certo. Certo. Oh yes. Vive.
Prêt. Bastisso. Oyel. Bastisso.
Certes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Certes. Oh yes. Vive.
Bastisso. 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 C'est. Fait. Poète. Bûcheron. Poète. Bastisso. C'est. Vive. Bastisso. Oyel. Bastisso.
2 British castles destroyed, we have but 1 more to raise.
Them Brits can't make a castle stronger than their ear.
Que fait? Certes. Certes. Oyel. Livet. Certes. Certes. Prêt. Oyel. Livet. Livet. Prêt. Certes. Livet. Livet. Hey! Oyel! Livet. Oyel. 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 Livet. Certes. Certes. Oyel. Livet. Oyel. 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 Livet.
Bastisto. Nishhoi.
Que fait? Certes. Raison.
Methinks this peasant girl should go back to her sheep.
C'est fait. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. C'est fait. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Libère.
Assistant. Assistant.
Libère. Libère. Certes. Libère. Oh yeah. Libère. Certes.
Que fait? Assistant. Assistant.
Certes. Libère. Certes.
Cueillère. Bûcheron.
Buffet. Certes. Livet.
That's the last of them. The British will be forced to surrender the Loire Valley back to the French. Another victory for Jean of Arc.
After Patay, the myth of British invulnerability was dispelled. Now, our army knows it is possible to win, but only if we are resolute and cunning. The British are a most deadly enemy, and their longbowmen time and again have decimated a charge of French knights. To make matters worse, we now face enemies on both sides. The Dauphin's advisors spend more and more time wrangling, jealous of Jean's influence at court. I pray that Jean can complete her divine mission before the Dauphin's envious advisors betray her. June 25th, Orléans. Dead France is returning to life. Our army swells with new recruits. In olden times, men swore fealty only to their particular lord. Now we fight not for insolent lords and ladies, but for France. For all of us, Jean is France. There is no distinction in our minds. The Dauphin himself has arrived in Orléans. Never have I seen such a celebration. France needs a king, so we must escort the Dauphin to Reims, where he can be properly crowned. Yet, the city of Reims is dangerously menaced by the Anglo-Burgundian army. The cities of Troyes and Chalons also bar the way. Jean commands that we must liberate all three cities before the coronation, and we eagerly seek to fight.
Effet. Libet.
Ohé. Certes. Oyer. Da. Livet. Azor. Certes.
Do not let her cross the river.
Azor. Prêt. Oye. Libre. Da. Oye. Da. Da. Alla battaglia.
We were assigned to help you construct your military camp.
C'est fait. Reste sort. Certes. Oil. Pirates. Libet.
Che è? Assistant. Bravo.
To arms! The French are trying to cross the river.
C'est fait. Vilain. Vilain. Libet. Reste sort. Reste sort.
Chalon has been freed.
Reste sort. Okay. Libet.
Has been liberated. The British in Troyes have been defeated. Now the coronation of the Dauphin can proceed.
As we rode into Rhin, a sea of peasants and lords knelt before Jean. Some even knelt to kiss our horses' hoofprints. Cannon thundered, and 1,000 flags danced in the breeze. In the enormous palace, the Dauphin knelt before the Archbishop and rose as King of France. Prayers, anthems, and sermons filled the great chateau. interspersed among perfumed dukes and ladies, were tattered soldiers from our army, many still bearing wounds. Jeanne herself was at the king's side, as was her bedraggled battle standard. Despite the September 3rd, France has a king once more. However, as Jean gains influence with the people, jealousy grows within the court. The king's evil advisors now seek to destroy Jean. It's only a matter of time before they succeed in poisoning the king's mind. Jean must hurry to fulfill her mission. Paris, the jewel of France, has been under English tyranny for decades, and French patriots trapped within the city are eager to escape. We are now marching on Paris, hoping that the reinforcements we have been promised will arrive in time.
Paris is just ahead. Let us locate the refugees and escort them to the rendezvous point with the king's men.
Prêt. Livet. Tout fait. Livet. Cueilleur. Prêt. Livet. Oh yeah. Tout fait. Certes. Cueilleur. Oh yeah. Prêt. Certes. Prêt. Certes. Tout fait. Livet. 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 Oh yeah.
We have rescued the refugees. Now we should head to the bridge at the Seine River for the rendezvous with the king's men.
Bonjour.
Livet. Que fait? Livet. Oh yeah. Livet. À la bataille. Que fait? L'hiver. Que fait? Là. Bonjour. À la bataille. Certes. Bonjour. Da.
We should wait here. The king's reinforcement will be along any second. Where are those blasted reinforcements? We are all the king could afford to send. Treachery. The king's wicked advisors want to see Jean defamed. Or worse, we're on our own. We must hurry to Compiègne.
Da. À la bataille.
We are tired of licking British boots. We follow where you lead, Jonathan.
Bonjour.
My lady, this is the wrong way. We must get to the Chateau of Compiègne.
Livet. Livet. Certo.
There she is! This time she won't escape!
Certo. Livet. Oh yeah. Certo, certo.
Vastisso. Verax. Oil. Prêt. Prêt. Certo. Certo. Seigneur, Oyel. Seigneur, Oyel. Livet.
Oé.
Oil. Certo.
Certo. Certo. Seigneur, Livet. Oyel.
Prêt. Oil.
Livet. Certo. Oil.
Prêt. Pirax. Certes. Certes.
You are victorious, and our peasants are safe. I just hope Jean can make it to the castle.
Qu'est fait?
Tragedy. As the refugees fled into the chateau of Compiègne, Jeanne was trapped outside. Burgundian soldiers knocked her from her horse and paraded around with their prisoner. None of us can sleep, knowing our precious Jeanne of Arc languishes in a Burgundian prison. The soldiers stare at the uncaring sky, condemning themselves for being unable to save her, for being unable to save France. Paris was the first major defeat ever dealt to our army. Had the king sent the promised reinforcements, we would have captured the city. Now, it is France's darkest hour. July 14, Bordeaux. No Jeanne of Arc. A rich world made empty and poor. The English put her on trial as a heretic. Jeanne's mind was as sharp as her sword, and she avoided all the cunning verbal traps of her prosecutors. In the end, Jeanne would not renounce her mission. The English found her guilty and burned her at the stake. But her death is not in vain. La Pucelle is the rallying cry as peasant and noblemen alike take arms. My army is an army of the people, and even without the king, we are poised to strike at the English stronghold of Castillon. A victory at Castillon will crush the English pretensions in France forever. Should I die in this battle, I die for the Maid of Orleans. I die as a patriot of France. Sweet Jeanne, I shall avenge thee.
Lord Jocelyn, the army awaits your command.
We fight for the Maid of Orleans.
We'll see how British longbows fare against French cannon.
Ah, la ill sword is not bloody enough. retreat! We must abandon France to the French!
Milord, we have captured the Burgundian stockpile of resources.
À la bataille. Que fait? Certes. Oh yeah. Assaut. Bonjour.
Prêt. Bastisseur. Bastisseur.
You are nothing without Joan. Prepare her back. We come. Where is your precious peasant general now?
Oh yeah. Assault.
Bastisseur. Artisan.
Livet. Oh hjälp. Livet. Alla bataille. Oh hjälp. Livet. 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 Ja, livet.
Vive la France!
A century of English toil, blood, and victories was reversed in a little over a year by a teenage girl. The 100 Years' War has ended. Even more importantly, Jeanne's acts reignited a sense of French nationalism. Peasants and nobles alike no longer belong to lords and kings, but to France herself. We will not let Jeanne be forgotten. Already statues and stained glass portraits have been commissioned in hundreds of towns and cities throughout France. Her verdict of guilt was rightfully reversed, and eventually Jeanne of Arc was beatified as a saint. Sometimes the outcome of history is determined by strength of arms, other times by happenstance. But in 15th century France, history was determined by the will of a young girl, the only person in history to command the armies of an entire nation at the age of 17.